Ishma Kizman, Fire Tzadikim. Special welcome to the Or Shalom Yeshiva. You're bringing new energy. Where's everybody? Where's Yosef? No, you're the only one. Okay, you're presenting the yeshiva. You're the best. Okay. No. לא יתייחד אדם עם שני נשים. So Be'ezrat Hashem, this year we're going to go over the sugyas. We're going to ask the questions. And let's dive in for the answers. So Rabbi Yelei will do review tomorrow for those who need it. And on Tuesday we have a shiur. But there is a lot of Mari Mekemes to see around the sugya. I just woke up to print it. Let's close the door. לא יתייחד אדם עם שתי נשים, a man is not allowed to have ייחוד with two women, אבל אישה אחת מתייחדת עם שני אנשים. One woman can have ייחוד with two men. רבי שמעון אומר, אף איש אחד מתייחד עם שתי נשים. Even one man can have ייחוד with two women. למה? בזמן שאשתו עמו, when his wife is with him. וישן עמהם בפונדקי, and he can sleep with them together in a hotel, מפני שאשתו משמרתו, because his wife is watching him. מתייחד אדם עם אמו ועם ביתו, a man can have ייחוד with his mom and his daughter, וישן עמהם בקירוב בשר, he can sleep with them even without clothing, meaning body to body, ואם הגדילו, if they grew, not the mother, rather the son, זו ישנה בכסותה, וזה ישן בכסותו. Each one needs to have clothing. סתם a side point. Both of them need to have, or one of them is enough. That's a side point. So let's start analyzing the Mishnah. So, Rabbi, we have simple pshat. One man cannot have yichud with two women, but, I'm sorry, can, but one woman can have a yichud with two men. Rabbi Shimon holds the simple pshat when you read Rabbi Shimon, if even one man can have yichud with two women only if his wife is with him. But if his wife is not with him, cannot have yichud. So even one man with two women, according to Rabbi Shimon, can be done when his wife is with him. That's mutar when the wife is with him. Now, let's start off the opening the topic of the issue over here. What's the problem of yichud? So the Gemara says, "My time Tana devei Eliyahu oil v'nashim da'atan kalot." Women are kalot alehem. So women are da'atan kalot alehem. So pay attention to the word da'atan kalot on them. The same words we have in the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat in Daf Lamed Gimel. The Gemara brings the story where Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and his son Rabbi Elazar were hiding from the Romans. And says Rabbi Shimon to his son, I don't trust you, mom, because nashim da'atan kalot. So the same word nashim da'atan kalot, the light da'at, over there we have over here. Let's put it on the side. Look on Rashi in the Gemara. מה איתה? לא יתייחד עם שתי נשים כאישה שמתייחדת עם בית הנשים, דעתן קלה עליהן ושתיהן נוחות להתפתות. Rashi says clear that the reason is because both of them can be seduced. That's a definition of דעתן קלה. Look Rashi at the Mishnah. No. First Rashi in the Mishnah, לא יתייחד אדם עם בית נשים, מפני שדעתן קלה ושתיהן נוחות להתפתות. So far Rashi quotes the words of the Gemara. דעתן קלה, and they're easy to be seduced. Rashi now adds some more words. ולא תירא זו מחברתה, one is not going to be afraid from the other one, שאף היא תעשה כמותה, she will do the same as her. So according to Rashi, what's the issue of yichud with two women? One woman we understand. A man can seduce one woman. Two women, why not? So, da'atan kala. So we see very clear over here that the issue over here that we are facing is da'atan kala. Both of them are easy to be seduced, and they will do the same thing. That seems to be the condition of Rashi. Correct? Huh?
Only one of them needs to be. According to this, it seems like only one of them needs to be seduced, and then
Yeah, the other one needs to be seduced. Because, no, but in order for her to copy, she got to be seduced also. You need to convince both of them to be with him. That's a simple pshat in Rashi.
Then you just don't have those words of. Then she will do like her friend. Meaning, I think what Daniel is saying makes more sense because she'll see her friend doing it and she's going to copy.
It doesn't say. No, like say, ושתיהן נוחות להתפתות. Both of them are easy to be seduced.
Right, because they're women.
ולא תירא זו מחברתה. One is not going to be afraid from the other one. שאף היא תעשה כמותה. Meaning, if both of them seduce, they're going to do the same thing. So she has no reason to be afraid. In another words, we see very clear what is the fear of what's the fear Rashi? It's unbelievable. What's the issue of a woman who not to sleep with a man?
What's the issue of a woman not to sleep?
You meaning what's holding back a woman not to be with a man? No, holding her back.
The judgment.
Wait, you're saying two women with one guy?
No, in general, what's holding a woman not to be with? No, think of her, or will they let people know? Meaning, is that a fear that people will tell? Her friend, who didn't seal, will tell others, or just because she doesn't feel comfortable next to her friend. Rashi says שתעשה כמותה. That what the needs of Rashi for her to do like her? Her friend?
Not to be the only one doing it.
Not to be the only one?
Yeah, sounds like.
Or not to tell others?
Others doesn't matter.
Okay. The Ritva, we see it, Be'ezrat Hashem, we can see it as, maybe I will copy the Marah for tomorrow. The Ritva brings a different reason, which seems to be similar, but the Ritva says, says ריטבו, פירוש, אפילו עם שתי נשים, מפני שהנשים דעתן קלה עליהם, he used the words of the Gemara, and now pay attention, ומחפות זו על זו, they are going to cover for each other, ולא מחשפה מהדדי, they are not embarrassed from each other. No.
Rashi didn't say that they would cover up for each other.
Cover up, no.
Well, yeah. Number one, Rashi said didn't cover up. Rashi said her friend will do same as her. Here we don't see it. It doesn't. According to Ritva, she doesn't need her friend to do like her. Number one, we need her not to tell anybody. And number two, by the way, one of the biggest issue of people who are cheating, that eventually will be told, Lama. I got once a call on the halacha hotline. A lady says, Rabbi.
Like that guy at the concert.
Huh?
Like the guy at the concert. The famous thing that went around. He was like a doctor, right?
CEO.
What? The CEO of a huge company.
But what's the reason? So I got it in the hotline. A woman said, Rabbi, I have a question. And I was cheating on my husband and with one of his friends. And he told another friend. And
Is this she cheated with?
yeah, and I heard from my friend, her girlfriend, that the other one knows about it. Says, eventually my husband gonna know. What should I do? Like, that's not an aloha hotline question, you know? That's a mental issue of you. I didn't tell her sleeping with another man. But the deep part of it is, anyone who's cheating, it's low life on both sides. Because man who's willing to sleep with a eshet ish is a low life. And woman with eshet ish, meaning people who have they are not secure with themselves. Yes. What's the need of people to talk things out? People with low self-esteem talks more lashon hara with people with good self-esteem. A low self-esteem gives you a need to show off what you did, or to put others down. So a man who slept with another woman and a woman also who slept, they have the need to talk it out, you know, like little kids. I said secret in my house, and I told the kids don't tell anybody. It wasn't as important secret. So my daughter, 4 years old, told my mommy, I told my Mora and I told her not to tell anybody. Who's yesterday, yeah. So there is a need of people to say over experience what they've been through. Why people pay money to go to psychologists even though they don't help? Because you talk over what you've been through and somebody's listening to you and it doesn't interrupt you. When you're talking to your friend, as soon as you start talking about yourself, he's like, okay, I gotta go, goodbye, I love you. And when you have somebody you're paying and he can listen to you, that's the needs of people to talk. So people who are low life and cheating, it's the people who have the need to discuss it. That's the biggest issue. So for a woman to sin with another man and somebody else over there is a need to talk. So says according to Rashi, the only way she's not going to talk, only if she's going to do the same thing. According to Ritvo, she doesn't need to do the same thing. What does she need to do? Just to be good friends, huh? Right. Just a good friend will cover up. So that's bring us to the next level question. What's going to be with 3 women? Shemishmor at me, huh? So if it's 3 women, what will be the deal? Let's think lefi Rashi and lefi Ritva. According to Rashi and according to the Ritva, what will be the din with 3 women?
Ritva, yeah, and
Huh?
Rashi, no.
Ritva what?
Yeah, because he says it's a good friend, so if it's 3 good friends, then
They're going to cover on each other. Okay, lefi Rashi.
The odds that all 3 of them are going to do it is
Why that? If 2 can do it, 3 can do it.
it's lower chance though.
Clarity. So let's see. Open the Gemara in Daf Pei Bet Amud Aleph, and tomorrow do it deeper in the Mishnah, in the second Mishnah, Pei Bet Amud Aleph. כל שעסקיו עם נשים, anyone who does business with women, לא יתייחד, פי בית עמוד א', in the Mishnah. אלה שבאו בזמן. כל שעסקיו עם נשים, anybody who does business with women, לא יתייחד עם הנשים. Should not have ייחוד with women. So no yichud with women. So asakav im nashim is like a peddler who usually service women and he sells them some personal stuff as well, perfume. Also a guy, I married a guy years ago.
You didn't marry a guy, you married off
I
him.
married off a guy, yeah, right. It's illegal in Florida. So I married off a guy and he wasn't as frum. Kimat lo. And then I met him 2 nights ago. You see him, he's like, Rabbi Ezri? Yes. Do you remember me? I'm like, the guy, long beard, nira tov, okay? He's like, I am so-and-so. Like, whoa! Because his wife looked the same. That was the problem. So I'm like, oh, so very nice. Okay, so I tell him, okay, so what you doing for a living? He was a barber when I met him. So, barber she'izko im nashim. So I asked him, what you doing for a living? He said, I'm still a barber. I'm like, Achi, how do you do that with a barber? He said, that's how I keep myself away from trouble. People see me with the beard. So I said, why they come to you? Because they used to already. Because who woman going to come to go with a beard? Like a nice Chabad beard, a nice one. With shiur. And so this guy, for example, as a Kavim Nashim, a man who does women hair, 613 guys told me, that over there is other barbers, nachon? And those who are married, it's hard to keep the marriage life. Because a guy did with women all day long, and his wife already got used to her, whatever she is, and then he's too much with ladies, and Hashem Yirachem. Somebody asakavim nashim, he deals too much with ladies. There are no boundaries. So we'll see, interesting why I'm explaining it this way. There are no boundaries for him, and it will be easier for women to be with him. Yeah. So now it says the Mishnah, כל שעסקיו עם נשים, so anybody who too much with women, לא יתייחד עם הנשים, cannot have it yichud with women. Rashi in Matnitin here. כל שעסקיו עם נשים, שמלאכת אומנותו נעשית לנשים, והנשים צריכות לו, he has a profession for women, a woman needs him, לא יתייחד עם הנשים, he should not have ייחוד at all with נשים. אפילו עם נשים הרבה.
הרבה נשים.
עם הרבה נשים. You have it, דניאל? יש לך? משתחרר.
אנשים הרבה?
לא, הרבה, אני תמיד מתבלבל. דיסלקציה. אפילו עם הרבה נשים. Even with a lot of women. לפי שליבו גס בו, number one is used to them, וכולן מחפות עליו. They're all gonna cover on him. What's the word you see? Who remind you those words מחפות עליו? The ritva. So Rashi here used the words of the ritva. Interesting. Now, ואילו איש אחרינה, but anybody else, other men, בין שתי נשים, תנן. We said in our Mishnah, one man not allowed to be with two women. אבל עם שלוש או ארבעה, שפר דמי, with 3 and 4 it's מותר. So the way Rashi learned our Mishnah, that the איסור of מתייחד, it's only with 2. One man with 3 is מותר. נכון? On 3 it's מותר, 3 and up it's מותר. But if you work with women, we have an issue, they're going to לחפות עליו. So interesting why Rashi using the words to cover on him, to cover up on him. So Rashi here used the words of the ritvo. So just to be clear, in our Mishnah we have Rashi's pshat. What's the problem of men with 2 women? Because he's able to seduce both of them. The ritva says 2 women will cover for him. That's in our Mishnah. When it comes to the barber, it's a peddler, barber, anybody? Peddler. So peddler Rashi used different words because mechapot alav they're going to cover on him. But Rashi says very clear, with 3 women, it's okay to have yichud. Look תוספות. לא יתייחד עם אנשים. Everybody have תוספות? On the same page. Ben Atzadik, where are you? You have it?
It's on
פ"ב עמוד א'. Sorry, on the same page.
I got it.
פירוש בקונטרש, רש"י explain, ואפילו עם נשים הרבה, even with a lot of women. ודווקא רוכל only, peddler. אבל איש אחר מותר. Other women are מותר. So according to Rashi, men can be מתייחד עם הרבה נשים. תוספות says, וקשה, דאמר לאל, we said earlier, and take a look on it tomorrow, עם פ"א עמוד א', הנשים מבפנים ונשים מבחוץ, חוששים משום ייחוד. The Gemara says earlier, that if men are inside, you have 2 rooms, 2 big rooms, like over here, and that's closed. If the women are inside, and the men inside, and the women are outside, you have problem of yichud, because one man can go from the inside room to the outside room, be with a woman. But on the opposite way, נשים מבפנים והנשים מבחוץ, but if the ladies are inside and men are outside, the location matter. Something is not, the Gemara being too pshatim over there, I don't want to get into it. But he said very clear, we said in the Gemara earlier, that even with many ladies, you're not allowed to have yichud. How come here Rashi said, you're allowed to have yichud with 3 ladies? And therefore it says, תוספות, לכן נראה לומר, לא יתייחד עם אנשים, אפילו אשתו עמו. Shouldn't have yichud with women, even אשתו with them. The Sharina Leel, even when the wife with him that we permitted earlier, the Kevan, the Aver Ochel, since he's a peddler, there is higher level of Chashash. So let me explain Tosfos. Tosfos holds the following. Any man not allowed to have yichud with any amount of women whatsoever. Aval, he said, we have in the Mishnah a special exception. What's the case according to Rav Shimon and we'll see Chachamim, that men allowed to be with another woman, כשאשתו עמו, then his wife is with him. So says Tosfot, the heter that wife with him doesn't work. Says Tosfot, the heter that the wife with him applies only on a regular person. On a peddler, there is no peddler barber, there is no heter of wife with them together. So to summarize here, Rashi and Tosfot, according to Rashi, a man allowed to be with other women. More than 2 men allowed to. According to Tosfot, asur. More than 2, any amount not allowed to. When the Mishnah said, lo yitached, we're talking about even if his wife is with him, this special guy who does deal with women, cannot have yichud with them together. This is the background. So let's analyze now.
If he's a hairdresser, then he cannot seclude himself with multiple women.
Yeah.
Why? Because the bogas.
Okay. So לפי Rashi, hairdresser cannot be with multiply women more than 3 because they're going to cover on each other. לפי תוספות, and by the way, לפי Rashi, if his wife is with him, מותר.
Even
לפי
the
תוס...
barber?
כן, even a barber.
That's saying that assuming that he knows them?
Yeah, that he must know them. That's why Rashi says libo gas. Gas meaning he knows her well. It's
But what
easier
if
for.
it's not his clientele? What if it's random ladies?
No, then it's okay. I'm actually you're saying a good point. What's the din of a barber with woman that hairdresser? Let's do.
Barber is men.
Okay. So hairdresser that he has other clientele. He has other meaning without of his clientele. He goes in the middle of nowhere. So I think here we have to understand. Rashi says libo is heart, gas bahem. מה זה gas bahem?
He's used to being with
He is to
women.
them, yeah. Huh?
It's interesting as a moment.
So meaning he's not sensitive to them.
So why should
So-
it be the opposite?
Huh?
It should be the opposite if he's not sensitive to them. We've seen them all day. He's desensitized.
No,
to them.
meaning in order for men to commit, you got to be close to her. So I think we can say Avraham asking good. What will be the case in other women that he doesn't know? So תימני once told me, אין תימנים פה, נכון? אתה, סליחה. לא אתה. One תימני told me, he said, I can get any woman. אמרתי לו, למה? הוא אומר לי, אני תימני, I'm good with women, I can get anybody. Meaning he's so sure of himself, and maybe that's the answer to you. Some people who deal with women, they are desensitized from women in general. They don't treat women as somebody, you know. So any woman in the world, מי בכלל, you know, you look at her as a piece of פרה אדומה, instead of looking for her as a נזר הבריאה, the highest of creation of the world. Because I mean, I was once on a shidduch, and the woman flew special for me from Canada today. No, that was normal in shidduchim. I'm saying it not because of me, but so our Rosh Hashiva didn't let us fly most of the time. He made the girls come down. He says, "Bittul Torah." So the girls came down to Florida. Easier. So you know, dates, you never know what you're getting into. After 2 minutes, I'm like, forget it. So okay, I had to spend back to Canada, הבעיה היא כזו, so after like, you know, I dragged the date for an hour and a half, you know, מה שצריך, and you know, those dates, you're not even trying to impress. And what happened?
They're trying to not impress.
And
Yeah,
then
And then they become even more impressed.
Yeah.
And he wants you more. So, too bad. And so I went back to Rosh Hashiva after the date. No, Ariel, how was it? Rosh Hashiva, not shaykh. No way in the world. So he told me, do you think she's shaykh to anybody else in yeshiva? No, I liked everybody around. And I said, no. So he said, okay, Ariel, go out with her one or another time again. I'm like, Shiva, I think I have somebody for her. So I'm like, Shiva, what? You tell me, Ariel, you have to understand. She's daughter of the king. Any Bat Israel, any daughter of Israel, she's a princess. You can't just throw her away. She came from Canada to you. You can't just tell her no.
Next time you should go there.
And
So next time you should
no. She was nice to me. No, she stayed. She came for a few days. You know, if it were, nobody come for the day. So she came for a few days. So he said, if somebody else fit for her, then she felt good, somebody else. But if not, she's Bat Melech. You can't just kick her away and tell her, text her, you know what, doesn't work out. You can. You have to show her like a queen. She is a queen, and you got to be the most sensitive to her. That's a general approach of a man, of a human being, to any girl. A girl, she's the daughter of the king. If you mess up with her, you mess up with the king. That's how you should create. I'm Abba Shela, a Moroccan father. No, you mess up with any Bat Israel, any daughter of Israel, is daughter of royalty. Sunday that. So I think what's answer to Avraham, when a man is a hairdresser, he has no sense for women. He has no sense for girls. And people who are too much with the variety of women are saying that they have no sense בכלל, they don't have no respect whatsoever. So maybe to answer your question, it will be the same. If this guy goes away, he has no sense בכלל for women, and that might be a problem as well. I want you to open the Rosh. Very interesting Rosh on this one. It's really at the end of the Masech. So Rosh is right after the Gemara. No, you're too far. Right after the Gemara. You have to turn about 20 pages. So the end of the Rosh, this is mamish the end. There you see it. הנה, אתה עבר אותו. לא. אתה בראש. תן בראש, אחי. יש לך את הראש ובין הצדיק. לא ראש? כן.
ראש.
איך מביאים עכשיו ראש לבן? קח את הראש של נגיד המיוט, חבזיים. בידיהם לצעות חבזיים.
It's the last page of the Rosh?
כן, the last page, כן. חבזיים, כן, עוד חבזיים. No, you're not there. One more page. No, you and Marshall, go back.
Is it one of these?
It wasn't in done.
I'm saying, not page חבזיים, I'm sorry. עוד חבזיים.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea how we just did that. They don't have numbers, page 210, you know, or something like that.
Yeah. From the beginning until the end, you know. We should do one. נכון? Page, open page, 2000, 2000.
So many of the same letters, bro.
It's all Hebrew.
I'm saying the top of it.
זה הראש. ראש is רבינו אשר. The Eilige רבינו אשר. Says the ראש.
Who came, by the way, first, Ritva or Rashi?
רש"י נראה לי.
Rashi
ריטווה quotes רש"י.
So how did Rashi use his word?
לא, כבר, yeah, we'll summarize it and we'll deal with it. I just want to... וכל מי שעסקה עם נשים, לא יתייחד עם הנשים. So he quotes the Mishnah in פ"ב. Anybody who deal with women, hairdresser, shouldn't be ייחוד איתם. פירש רש"י, אפילו אם נפשים הרבה ואדם אחד, ואדם אחר, many women and other men, no, I'm saying, אפילו עם נשים הרבה, even with many men, an hairdresser not allowed to be with. But ואדם אחר, says רש"י, עם שתיים,
עם נשים הרבה.
כן, אפילו עם נשים הרבה. Meaning, a man who does business with ladies cannot be with a lot of women. כמה? ואדם אחר, an other guy, עם שתיים אסור. 2 it's not allowed. אבל עם 3 או 4 מותר. 3 and 4 מותר. What's the logic? Look the logic of the Rosh. וסבירה לי לרש"י, רש"י hold, דכיוון דהי כתובה, since there are many ladies, אי אפשר דלא מגלו ההדדי. It's impossible they're not going to tell on each other. They're going to talk about it. 3, it's already talking. ועוד, אי אפשר לו לבעול את כולם. The whole yesod of Rashi was that he will convince the other one to be with her, נכון? So he said, 2. So he said a man can handle relation with 2. But with 3, he's overdose, OD. It's a... OD אומרים להם, נכון? OD. So it's OD. And you know what's OD?
Overdose.
No. OD is all of the guys using it. I was in Shabbaton in Shorashim with the boys. OD. Any second word? OD. Why? אני אומר, מה זה OD הזה? I didn't know what's the OD. So they explained to me, anything that people do and they're exaggerating, they call it OD. So anything, meaning...
Overdose.
Yeah, but...
It's too much.
Yeah, too much, yeah, but they use it on כל הזמן אודי, נכון?
מה, יש בדיחה עכשיו? מה, אתה אודי? לא סתירה.
באמת? ממש ככה?
ככה!
וואו, לא, okay, the whole Shabbos, that's the only word there.
You're being OD right now.
OD, oh, very good. So mechila of my knowledge. So I said it to somebody, and he's like, Rabbi, how do you know it? I live those tzaddikim. No, but one Shabbaton made it. So he said, a man cannot really intimate with 3 women, and he bring afterwards the pshat of Rabbeinu Hanan. So you can. So that's what. Tomorrow, when you have time, finish the Rosh. He brings Rabbeinu Hanan. Okay, so going back to where we up to. If you read Rashi in the Mishnah, the problem of men with 2 women because he can convince both. Rashi, the way I read Rashi in Pei Bet Amud Aleph, he said mechapot alav. So what's they're going to cover each other, which means, huh? עונם, כן, כן. מחפות עליו. הראש אומר זו את זו. Oh, I didn't have this point. Saw it or you heard me, huh?
No, I'm pretty... I saw it.
נביא זה, הוא מחפות זו על זו, ולא מחספה מהדדה. Okay, so that's a good, Okay, so לפי הריטבו, it's all about covering on each other, זו על זו. לפי רש"י, covering עליו. What's the difference? On him or?
Why would he need to be covered?
Huh? Yeah, why does he need to be covered?
You should be proud. No, I'm just kidding.
No, because it can mean that it can be...
I'm so happy I didn't say it. I didn't say it all.
These are very sensitive to the bama.
דבר כזה שיגנוב. So we're not sure whether you're married or not. Meaning he needs to be covered also.
I'm saying that women will cover for him, even with his wife. They met the men with the hairdresser is the problem, even with wife. So other women are going to cover for him too. No, with the wife.
So. He doesn't have to seduce all of them. To seduce one, that's fine.
Yeah, they'll cover for him even with his wife there.
Right.
They're less likely to cover with him for his wife than with other random people.
So interesting. So let's summarize. לפי ריטבו, it's about covering on each other. נכון? לפי רש"י, in פי בית עמוד בית we have the reason of seduce, to be able to seduce both of them. And he has zero discussion about covering it up. Maybe the simple pshat, when it's coming with 2, if 2 he can seduce, nobody needs to cover for each other. If 2 can get you covering when one did something wrong and the other one didn't do wrong. So לפי Rashi, since in our Mishnah, since he can seduce both, no, it doesn't need any coverage. No insurance needed. Okay. What? No, the next one. I'm in Pei Amud Bet, in our Gemara. Pei Amud Bet, Rashi said, because he's able to seduce both. When he's able to seduce both, I don't need any covering.
They cover each other.
Yeah, you don't need to cover. They both sin. Everybody guilty. Everybody guilty. That's a better way. Yeah.
They keep it a secret. That's the covering part. That's the covering if they didn't
No,
say
but
it.
you, usually people telling on other people. If you messed up also, you stay silent. Shut up. Huh? Huh?
Cover him.
Okay, let's get to pay bet. So therefore, so lefi aritvo, when it's come to 2 women, he holds that one can get seduced, not necessarily the other one will be seduced. Not 2 of them reshayot. Aval, the other one, second one will cover for each other. Lefi Rashi, with 2, it's not about covering, it's all about he's going to be able to convince the second woman. Now, on a case that he cannot convince the second woman, Lefi Rashi, what will be the din?
She will cover it for him. She will.
What do you mean?
If he cannot convince the second woman,
She will cover for him.
huh?
The second girl will cover for him.
Fred will cover it.
No, would she cover for her?
No, she'll cover for him, not for her.
No, Lefi Rashi for him, yeah. Huh?
It's not a case. You don't have to convince the other one.
Rashi said because he can convince both.
Once you convince
אבל אתה שואל מי רק אחד.
No, Rashi said because both will be in crime.
one's going to follow.
Huh?
The whole thing, the other one is going to follow her friend.
No, it doesn't say follow. שניהם נוחות להתפתות. I need to seduce the other one also he needs.
Yeah, he can't
והיא תעשה כמוה, והיא תעשה כמוה.
So לפי רש"י, the requirement only אם היא תעשה כמוה. So אם היא לא תעשה כמוה, what will be the din? מותר. by the way, מה נפקא מינה? אם היא
How do you know? Like,
אם היא לא תעשה, זה מותר?
If I know for sure שהיא לא תעשה כמוה,
How do you know for sure?
קטנה.
אם דעתו קלטת את זה.
קטנה. קטנה שלא ראויה לביאה, little girl, she's not
But she's
suitable.
not considered for Yichud.
That's
That's not considered for Yichud.
That's how it's a shomer. היא
Oh,
גופה.
you're saying, okay, yeah.
it's not,
Huh?
that's even more not allowed if it's a gone up, because now it only counts as you're with one woman.
No, but the other one is talking.
What just happened with Hatana?
If it's קטנה,
Who's the
that is not suitable to be intimated,
One of
right?
One of them out of the two girls.
Not with ערבים, yeah, I'm talking about normal people. כן,
Two
normal
girls, one of
people.
them small, כאילו?
יש ילדה בת 18, והאחות שלה בת 5-6.
Does the katana count as a witness?
No,
So it's not a witness, but she's disturbing the foundation over here. The all letter of Rashi is what? Because הוא יכול לעשות עם השני, פה הוא לא יכול איתה. מה, would you cover up for her?
Not a witness.
לא יודע, אני אומר, הוא משוגע.
Okay, fine.
No, but beside that, I mean, it's simple.
לא, עכשיו, למה?
So, so Rashi doesn't bring here the concept of covering. If you pay attention, Rashi doesn't mention anything about covering for her.
הוא שאל עכשיו עם 18, יכול להגיד לה מה לעשות והיא תעשה. 50 little girls.
No, but she has no desire.
That's the meaning of Daitan Kala? That she has
No, Dankon, yeah.
Women have Daitan
No,
Kala.
Dankon Kala is not the Indian, it's the tool to convince. But in order to convince, the prerequisite is a woman who has desire to be with a man. Little girl that knows desire to be with a man.
That's what Daitan Kala means? She needs to have desire?
So Daikon, no, she said Daikon Kala you can convince. But she needs to be able to be suitable.
Of age to be convinced.
Yeah, in order to convince, you need to have somebody to convince what? If he cannot be with her, how can you convince her?
of age to convince her.
If you could seduce an 18-year-old,
That's what his question is.
so then...
But there is no desire for a 6 years old to be with a man at all. And he has no desire for her, hopefully.
I don't know, I'm saying.
Yeah, that's Shulchan Aruch.
That if Tana's
That's why Tana can be a shomer.
for two,
He's saying,
Shulchan Aruch says that if Tana was woman
For two. Shomer for two. Tana shomer. Okay. So הרבה say,
הבן אדם באמת חולה שמשוגע.
so חולית משהו, פדופייל, something else, מקבל אנשים נורמליים.
אבל זה מה שאני הבנתי מהשאלה שלו, זה מה שאני מבין.
לא, אבל לא.
השם ישמור.
כן, אוקיי, וייטר. תאמר, לא עשה כלום. כן. עכשיו, אוקיי.
pedophiles all day, I'm saying.
I mean, pedophile is an exception. A desire for a regular woman,
The Shulchan Aruch also talks about Mishkav Zohar, meaning being...
that, okay, we have no issue being with a man.
I mean, the Shulchan Aruch brings down that... Shulchan Aruch does that.
יאללה, מספיק
Nowadays, people are should be careful.
Yeah, but הלכה למעשה, we have no issues of desire.
I understand,
Yeah,
I'm just
no,
saying.
so it's all about the desire. If חס ושלום,
About Shmira,
if חס ושלום, if in South Beach, men not allowed to have yichud with a man. Okay, because over there it's common.
מסכים.
אבל, אין לי those pink shorts. אבל, no, bright pink.
I stopped wearing the bright one.
ברוך השם, yeah, I was worried. I had a shidduch for you, but I didn't know. Okay, weiter. So, but by the way, any chashash, it's not a regular behavior. We know there is no yetzer hora. A man has a yetzer hora for a woman. If somebody said, I have no yetzer hora, Rabbi Perel told me yesterday, I think, one of the boys, they were learning this topic, and a boy came over to him and said, Rabbi, this yichud that you're not allowed to be, the rabbis made it up. I'm strong, there is no problem. He told me, I don't want to tell you what were the results. He didn't want to tell me, so I didn't ask. But there are some things severe. You can't rely, nobody can say, I have no yetzer hora, I have no desire. Nobody can say, there are currently no insurance policies for that. But even insurance was not going to help, because when you hurt somebody, Hashem Yerachim, you hurt in neshama, it's forever. The Gemara says in Chaf Zayin, in Sanhedrin, that a man who run after a woman to be with her, in certain cases, Nara Murasa, other cases, you are allowed to kill the guy, because he's hurting her forever. And everybody needs to understand, anybody who mess up with a girl, is hurting her forever. You can take the blame. You know what? I don't mind to sin to hurt myself, but you're destroying her, and that's a responsibility of a man. So going back, so in our sugya we have, according to said Rashi, it's about seducing the other one. So if the other one cannot be seduced, do we have the cover?
No. Cover nobody.
Cover is not the topic in our sugya. Why cover its topic in
Over there, he's a barber.
over there?
He works with
No,
all
but
women.
if Rashi said that the requirement is to be able to be with her, so when there are three women in a bar and a hairdresser, why Rashi said that covering for each other? They're not going to cover for each other. According to Rashi, cover for each other, it's not a requirement. What's the requirement according to Rashi? To be with them. So Rosh bring a good technical issue. It cannot be so many times on the same time with three women. But without, Rashi doesn't bring that svore. Why does Rashi needs to bring in Pibet Amud Aleph the logic of that he cannot be with the, why Rashi needs to bring covering for each other? Where Rashi is not a factor covering for each other. Rashi the factor is right, yeah. Covering is not going to help. So I think the simple pshat is should be the following. Be'emet, when you have three people, when would a woman cover with another woman?
If they both fell.
If they both fell. When you have three people, did they fell? No. But each one, each one inside, since Rashi all that a man can convince woman, when he has three, he can convince all of them. He might gonna sin only with two. But a woman is willing to be convinced, it's a woman who's going to cover. It's got to be. Because according to Rashi, a woman doesn't cover for another woman. Rashi in our sugya said,
to cover for her friend.
only if she part of the crime, if she want to do it, but this guy yellow koach, so then
Asking why would she cover? Why would the third girl cover?
what did Rashi needs to get? How come Rashi said by the third one is going to cover for it when Rashi doesn't bring cover? Oh, the Ritva is the one who used the concept of covering. Rashi doesn't covering. Rashi said the criteria is to be with both. You know, since he's able to be with both, therefore it's a problem. So if he's unable to be with both, according to Rashi, should be fine. Why by three? If he's unable to be with the third one, it will be a problem.
Would it be a problem? Would it be?
Why wouldn't be a problem? So therefore, Rashi here needs to say on Daf Beit Amud Aleph, Rashi needs to come with a new svara.
Because his svara no longer applies.
That the
In this
svara
case,
doesn't apply because he cannot be with the third one. If he cannot be with the third one, why?
Rashi doesn't hold like that though. That's the
Huh?
Rosh. Rashi never said you can't be with three women.
No, so that's why I'm explaining. Rashi must agree to the principle. Why? I said, why is Rashi not using the svara of the Rosh, and he bring covering for each other?
That's not a problem.
Ah?
Is it not viable?
Because regular person cannot be with three, but the third one, if he cannot be with her, then she's not going to cover on her friend.
He's a barber.
But if it's a barber, a hairdresser,
She'll cover him.
Rashi says, libo gas b'hem. He has no. He can easily convince all of them. At this point, now pay attention. Rashi doesn't say they're going to cover for each other. Rashi says, v'chulan mechapot alav. They're going to cover for
They
him.
want him.
Huh?
They want him.
So basically, I think the pshat is when a man is trying to convince a woman, you need to take into consideration the ramifications for them also. If the third woman is her, will cover for him, meaning she will get the other two to become to do it. According to Rashi, I don't need to cover like the Ritvo on each other. The cover it's only for him. What do they need to cover him for?
His wife.
Huh?
His wife.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem that according to Rashi there is a problem on him. The only problem of a man is about them. Woman who slept with another man, that's the biggest embarrassing. So what's Rashi said to cover on him? Mechapot alav, to enable them to do it. Not to tell the story. Which make a big chiluk between Rashi.
Because they want him.
Right, so meaning it's a big difference between Rashi and the Ritvo. According to Ritvo, they need to cover for each other. So if she's going to sin, she needs her friends to be silent. So he said 2 friends will cover for each other. 3, they're already going to talk, too many people. לפי רש"י, לא, באמת, covering for each other, it's not a topic, it's not a problem בכלל. The only problem according to Rashi is, according to Rashi, because being together. So if you can be together with 2, how do you resolve the 3rd one? Regular person cannot resolve the 3rd one. But a hairdresser, they're going to cover for him. Because that they like him, they're going to do it. Not because they like each other. According to Ritva, they like each other. According to Rashi, they like him. If they like him, they're going to cover it up, and they're going to say that it's a Gosha. Lefi Tosfot. Anytime you're not allowed to do between women, with any amount of men, anybody ever not allowed to do. Beit Hashem will do it later on, but in fact it's a machloket in the Shulchan Aruch. According to Maran, he brings that a man cannot have yichud with any amount of women, which is 3 and up. The Ramo brings at the end, v'yesh omrim, that 3 women it's fine. Right, interesting. So usually, a Ramo goes by the psak of Tosfot. מה תוספות אומר פה?
שלא יהיה בחיים.
According to Tosfot, you're not allowed to do between any amount not allowed to. According to who only it's mutar to be with 3, only according to Rashi. So the Ramo brings it. We using, by the way, he's big enough kemine, who has a question of yichud, ספרדי או אשכנזי. אתה עכשיו, you in the house, אני עכשיו, you in the house alone, it's okay. If my daughters bring a girlfriend, her friend, their friends, I have no problem. למה? הבת שומרת מהאבא. Because הבת cannot be part of the father. יש מחלוקת if he's covering it up or not. But if I need to be in a place where I know there are 3 girls over there, can I be there?
You work in an office full of women.
Huh?
You work in an office.
Office with women, that's a big issue. In Ura, they have call centers, very professional place. They have men who work for Ura, and they have women working for Ura. They have 2 separate, I think, buildings or floors. One only for ladies, and the other one only for men. So people prevent themselves from even interacting. I want to say something important that we need to know about it. Interacting with a woman, it's not only the concern for a man, am I going to sin with a woman? I'll give an example. When a man dating a girl, and it doesn't work out. For a man to tell a girl it doesn't work out, it's going to hurt her. A woman to tell a man, yalla, I don't care. She doesn't want me. Next. What's the difference? Shiva explained that a woman, any shidduch is the beginning of the relationship. When she dresses herself before a shidduch, she's excited, okay. It's a beginning of relationship. A man, when he goes on a first date, he's just testing. Is that going to work or not? Okay, I'm not sure. For her, it's already part of the. So it's already part of the building. Any man who converses with a woman, unnecessary conversation. Let's say we're not worried about chas v'shalom, arayot, intimacy whatsoever. Just the conversation with another woman create bond, create connection. So in a way, you're using her. No, I had yesterday, when was it? I know. Last week, you see the bus over here? So the guy came, and I need the title for the bus. So his wife came, and she gave me her handshake. I told her F, no, just kidding. I told her, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. In our religion, in our religion, we're not allowed to touch any other woman, except our wives if they behave. That's why they laugh. I say if they behave, it's become a joke. No, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize, and we go forward. Why are you not allowed to shake the hands of a woman? Any conversation with a woman, why are you not allowed to look at a woman? Somebody complained about me that I was talking and I didn't look at her. I'm like, I'm respecting you. When a man looking on another woman is using her, you're using her because any man will look at her, let's say she is beautiful, you're using her for yourself. the whole concept of shmirat ha'einayim, and that's big mistake of women, it's not only for the men, it's for her. It's your body. I'm not supposed to touch your body in any form in the world. Shaking the hand of a woman, you touch it's any handshake, it's a warm feeling. You cannot use a woman whatsoever. So the reason a man not allowed to have anything to do with a woman, there's a big issue. Secretaries that are women, it's a big problem, because in a way she becomes the second person for him. Meaning, my friend told me that he was sick and his secretary offered him to do a massage. He's like, no, that's too much already. I mean, Hashem Yerachim. But no, but she's the personal assistant, נכון? She's taking care of his needs. She sees her all day long. הוא רואה אותה יותר מאשתו. He sees her more than his wife. Because the wife he sees at night when he has patients, and her he sees 8 hours next door and sitting next to each other. It's big danger dealing with women in general. And the Gemara said in Pei Beit, if you can take a look later, the Gemara says the world needs everything. They're talking about the peddler, hairdresser, נכון? The world needs it, but fortunate the one who can allow themselves not to have a need bichlal. So conversation with women in general, it's creating a bond, and that's what we're trying to stay away from, not to create bond with people bichlal, with women bichlal, the only bond, and it's also interfere. You have picture, even tzanua ladies and everything. I'm not talking about non-tzanua, that then you're connected to something that is not yours, that the effect is much worse, especially for marriage life. When a person has too much wrong info, that's affect the true connection between him and another woman. So the whole idea of the concept of yichud, and I think crucial to understand, it's the understanding that I'm using somebody. Now, even being alone with a woman in a room, you're using her. There is a machloket, the isur yichud, it's for the time that takes lebiyah. If I know that I'm entering into a room that's going to open in 60 seconds with a woman, automatically, like elevator. Elevator, am I allowed to be with a woman? למה זה לא ייחוד? למה זה לא ייחוד? Because 60 seconds. If I'm going to another house and there is a woman over there, can I be there only for 60 seconds and leave?
What if there's a
No.
camera?
Huh?
What if there's a camera?
Camera, it's a good question. We'll talk about it. But can I be there for 60 seconds and leave? No.
No.
Since it's a place of yichud, I cannot do partial yichud.
The elevator might get stuck.
Huh?
The elevator might get stuck.
Too bad.
Meaning it's
But that's not the yichud. People don't.
saying a place
No, so I'm saying the whole point of yichud is even the moment together, even being together in the same room, enclosed with the ability, that already creates certain sense in the air, certain closeness. לכן אם בבית, אם אתה עכשיו, you want to go to the house only for a minute, but if nobody can hold you being in the house alone, meaning nobody can open the door, let's say the door is locked. You said after 60 seconds I leave. אסור גם, זה מה שאני אומר. But what's the איסור? You have already bond, you have already connection. That's really the foundation of yichud. So I didn't really cover בכלל what I want to cover. So Be'ezrat Hashem, tomorrow, do review on that, and tomorrow we'll continue.